Hi, I'm Tiffany, and this is Broke On this channel, I do budget-friendly DIYs, thrift flips and hauls, trashy treasures, and more. Today's video is all about leather, and that's what I'm using in 3 different crafts in this video for today's playlist. So let's see what I come up with. Alright, for this video, I'm going to make just a few different things. I don't know that there is a style specifically to this, but it's all about using leather. So that's what I'm going to do. We use some leather, use some paint, maybe Mod Podge, I don't know, maybe some spackle, probably spackle. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some leather. And I think I will start with an easy one. And I want to make a little case for my earbuds, my little wireless earbuds. They are not AirPods, I wish, but these are pretty good ones. So I want to make a little case for these so I can just like hang them on something, I guess. I don't know, kind of like a keychain case. So I'm going to start with that, and I'm going to use some scrap leather. I have a literal 5-pound bag of leather scraps. 5 pounds. Lots of leather. All kinds of colors. But I'm going to use some teal. And yeah, I'm going to use some teal for this one. So I'm going to get that. I guess I basically just need to measure it. Make sure I'm going to have enough. So I'm going to cover it. Yep, that'll do. It's not going to be super fancy, just real easy. No sewing involved. We're going to just use a hot glue gun for this. Close enough. So I guess I want to basically wrap the bottom part up like a present. Kind of like that. And hot glue it. The next thing I want to do, I got this little piece. It's just going to be a little loop. So I can put a little ring in there or whatever. What I'm going to do is glue it here. And then I'll glue like that to make like inside the seam or whatever. And then I will run a strip of glue right along here. Thin piece. Seam. Boom. That. There we go. Pull it up. Snug as a bug in a rug. So let's glue this. A little bit there. A bit there. There and there. Is it pretty? Maybe not. It's so pretty. Is it functional? Yeah, I think it'll be functional. And of course you could embellish after the fact if you wanted. But I think just for, with it being leather, it's pretty secure. I mean, it's not sliding out very easily. Just something quick and easy to keep a hold of your earbuds. And just for an example, I'm going to use this binder ring. Just like. Next up, I'm going to repurpose this. I picked it up at the thrift store last year sometime. So I'm going to take all this stuff off. Start with this ribbon, and I can keep the ribbon for Valentine's another time. And take this off. It's just a gem ribbon, I guess. Alright, so excuse me. This is paint. I'm not entirely sure what kind. I took acetone, pure acetone to it. It's not really coming off. It did a bit, but not entirely. I thought this was like glued on, but it's not. It's actually like molded into the vase. So it kind of changes my whole plan on this now. I'm not quite sure just what I want to do here. So after much deliberation, I think I figured out what I'm going to do with this. So first, I need to paint it. I'm going to use the Waverly Moss for this. So what I'm going to do is paint all of this, and then I'm going to cut a piece of leather to go in here and put some vinyl, and you'll see. So let me go ahead and get this painted. All right, now that I've got this dried down pretty well, I'm going to go ahead and spray this with some acrylic sealer just to be safe. While that's drying, my next step is going to be cutting out a little thing. It's going to go on. I'm just using some regular permanent vinyl. I'm not going to do iron-on or anything like that. This is going to go on a piece of leather that I'm going to cut to fit in that little rectangle area. So I'll just get this cut out. I'm using Cricut Design Space. The design came from Kalua, I think is how you say it. I'll link it in the description box and put the Instagram and all that stuff. Anyway, but I got it from that site, and I'm just going to use, it's white premium vinyl in Design Space setting, premium vinyl, default cutting pressure. Load it up and let her rip. My design weeded here. I don't know how well you can really see it. I'm using the Cricut brand white vinyl. It's hard to weed. It was hard to cut. I don't know. Anyway, so there's that. And the next thing I'm going to do, I'll double check the measurements on the vase, but I think it's like 2 inches by 3.5. I will cut a square out of this rectangle, sorry, to glue on. Now I'm not sure if I want to do this side or this side. So the contact paper, Duck brand contact paper, picked it up and is putting it down. There it is. That's super cute. I like that. Now let's glue it on. It's not perfect, but it's cute. And I want to add this. Have a hot glue. Does not matter to me. It's permanent. There it is. And looks really cute from the back too. Okay. Pretty neat upcycle. Let me take a minute to tell you about the challenge today. This is a collab that's hosted by Junkernucker DIY, Leah, and it's co-hosted by me. She invited me to co-host with her for this leather and lace collab. As you can tell, the theme is leather or lace or any combination thereof. So I'm choosing leather because I have a ton of it, and I figure I might as well go ahead and use it up. So I have leather projects if in my video today. So make sure you check my description box. Leah's link and the link to the playlist are in there. On to the last one. This is a clip that you might have already seen, but it's probably my favorite leather project that I have done so far this year. So I will go ahead and show you my tablet case. So I thrifted a Scrabble board set, or a Scrabble game. I've got some leather, some macrame cord, elastic beads, and I am going to make a custom tablet case for my new tablet that I got recently, and for the wireless keyboard that I bought to go along with it. So now what I need to do is measure the Scrabble board to get an idea of how big I need it. So I'm out with my scroll saw, and I am just using it to go ahead and cut my Scrabble board apart. So I've got my pieces here ready to go, and like I said, this is going to be no-sew. As you can see there, I'll have a spine, and it'll have enough room to put my tablet and my keyboard in comfortably, and it will fit together, especially after I get all, get the leather and lining and stuff. See, it's a pretty perfect fit there. So my next step is going to be cutting my leather piece. Just going to measure that out so I can get a good piece of leather. And this is actual leather, but you could use any kind of fabric you wanted. I just chose this because I happen to have it. So I'll spread this out, and I'm going to use a Sharpie to, kind of measure and get an idea of how I'm cutting this. As you can see, I'm giving myself a little wiggle room here for folds and overlap or whatever. So I want to give myself about 1/2 inch ish. I don't know. I don't measure. I ended up laying down my cutting mat, and yeah, it is 1/2 inch. So I go about 1/2 inch all the way around to give me, room to cut. And I'll just use a black Sharpie to draw in my lines there. Now I've got it glued together, and it's perfect. Almost. So I'm going over the top there, or flipping it over the yes, words. Gluing the edge of this, and I will cut the corners so they fit flush. Right, there it is all put together, and I'm trying to realize where's the moment when I came to the conclusion that I had messed it up. I don't know if I got it on camera. However, I do know that once I figured it out, I was cussing up a storm. I think it's right about here when I realize I forgot I needed to cut the hole out for my camera. So that's what I'm going to do next, and I'm going to use the scroll saw for that. So I'll continue on with that, applying the, re-gluing down that leather, and then the next step will be adding the liner. So here I've got my liner material. It's like a kind of like a thin suede material, and I'm just going to use some of this Dollar General tacky glue and some hot glue to glue this down. Now, if I knew then what I know now, I would have done things differently, as is the case most of the time with projects like this. Making a mess, that's par for the course. I would have done better with the elastic. I wasn't thinking when I had already glued the elastic down, and I didn't prepare for the liner. So if I had been thinking more properly about it, I would have done this a bit differently. So what I did was I slit a hole through the liner so I can stretch out and glue my elastic down. Now, I'm using the hot glue, and usually with fabric and, you know, a porous surface like this cardboard, I find that it adheres and it stays pretty well. And since it's not going to get like repeatedly stretched and yanked on and pulled, I think it'll last for a little while. And I am using these Sherbonder glue sticks for that. So, you know, another level of security for, in my opinion. I think it'll last for a while. Right now, as you can see, I've got my elastic for my keyboard, and I've got my cover glued down in there. So that's ready to go. And next is on to the fun part, decorating. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do some iron-ons using my Cricut. And now I have them all weeded. They are gorgeous. And now it's time to iron them on to my tablet case. And this is a rawhide leather. I can't remember. And I realize I did this backwards in this corner, but I fix it before it's over. This one is fine. This one is correct. The other one I messed up. But I make it work later. So, as you can see, this is not how this is supposed to look. This is okay though. So I go ahead and get these positioned, and then I will use just my iron and press them on. I'm going to make a handle for my little case. It's going to kind of look like a purse, I guess. So I'm taking this really thick wire. I can't tell you. I think I got it from Amazon. I don't remember. So I'm going to take 2 pieces and I'm going to thread some wood beads on, and those are going to be the handles. So I will go ahead and make those and glue those on, and I'm just gluing it down, and I do the same on the other side. And then I'm going to line the whole thing with some thick macrame cord. It'll hide the seams, and I don't know, I just thought it would give it a kind of a cool look. And there it is. I fixed that that one iron on there. As you can see, everything was put together. I like it. I'm going to make more of these because it was really fun to do, and it was easy, kind of. And you know, I can't go without. It's not done. I got to make a tassel, so I'm gonna put a little tassel on here with some beads just to give it a cute little finishing touch. And that's that. And let's look at the final reveal. A really cute, easy DIY to keep a hold of my earbuds. This one turned out pretty well. And my thrift flip from Valentine's to everyday decor. You can use this all year long, and I really like this one a lot. And then finally, my favorite, the boho tablet case, custom made for my new tablet. I love this thing. I've carried it around. It's just, it's epic. It's just epic. Don't forget to check my description box for the playlist link and a link to Leah's channel as well. And go spread that YouTube goodness. Like, comment, subscribe on everybody's videos. And while you're at it, would you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me too, please? And don't forget to ring the notification bell so you know when I have new uploads. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, y'all. Bye.